Hi, I'm Kevin, a speech-language pathologist here at Super Duper Publications, and this is the ARtIC LAB extension pack for the sounds K and G, and it's designed for children in grades 1 through 4. Now, if you're familiar with our original ARtIC LAB, that's going to cover the sounds S, R, L, SH, and CH. Well, this is an extension pack to cover those early developing sounds for K and G, and expand your ARtIC LAB program and everything you need to screen, probe, and target the K and G sounds. To do this, we have our K and G English Stimulus Easel, and we also have our resource guide that's going to have reproducible pages, homework sheets, and forms. If we take a look at the easel, you'll notice that as we begin, this is going to, red page, indicate our screener. We already have indicated the words that the clinician will say when they're introducing the screening activity to your students. Once we're ready to begin, you'll notice that even for the screening items, we have those listed. We have what the clinician will say, and then of course the items here represented. Now we're going to target 3 pictures for the K sound and 3 pictures for the G sound. These are going to represent the K or the K sound, and the clinician will point to a picture and say, "What is this?" The student will respond by giving a spontaneous production. In this case, it will be candy. Once we've gone through all 3 pictures of the K sound, we'll move to the G sound, G. And in this, the same thing. We will point to the picture, and the student will respond by saying that picture's word using that appropriate G sound. So in this case, if we point to gum, they will say the word gum. Once we've done the screener, now we're ready to begin our pre-test. And our pre-test is going to give us an indication of how well the student is able to produce these sounds spontaneously in the initial, medial, final position of words, and we even include the target sound in sentences. So if we take a look at this, we'll see these are going to be items for the prevocalic K, or the initial position of the word. Then we'll move to the final position of the word. These indicate the medial position of the letter K in words. We even include 2 samples of K and L for L clusters with the K, and then 2 examples with the R for the K-R cluster. And finally, we are going to target the K and the G sound in sentences. Now with this task, it's a little bit different. Instead of just pointing to a picture and having the student respond, what we're going to do is say all the words that I say. And then here we're going to point to the picture and we'll say, "Mom fed the cat." And the student will respond by saying all the words in that sentence, and we're going to focus in on actually listening. Did they produce that K sound in the word in that sentence correctly? Now, once we've done that for the K sound, we can move on over and now start targeting the G sound. Once again, we'll do this in initial, medial, and final position of words, also targeting that G sound in sentences. Also included with the stimulus easel, we're going to have a post-test. So that way we have the pre-test for our baseline. We'll do our intervention with our RTI strategies, teaching those sounds, having that practice over and over and over with those sound repetitions. And then once we're ready for the post-test, the same thing. We can identify the post-test, in this case for G. Once again, we'll present the pictures to them, point to the picture, and then they will respond with the correct production. So the stimulus easel is going to have everything you need so we can screen, probe their productions, and target those K and G sounds. So what about the resource guide? Opening up the book, you'll notice that we're going to have a quick screen page, and we're also going to have our probe pages. This is where we can actually target those sounds and identify correct or incorrect production of those targeted sounds. This one's for the K, and of course this page will be for our G. Continuing on, you'll see that each section that we're targeting is going to have a word list. And once we have the word list, then we're going to have different picture cards that are going to have K-filled sound pictures, and the students can use these to practice. For instance, cat, candy, king, etc. And as you see, these are going to target the initial, medial, and final position of these words. So once we work through the K, the KL clusters, the G sound, and the G clusters, then we're ready to move on and actually do some fun activities. So with this, you'll see that the target sound that we're working on is here at the top. So we have prevocalic K, or initial K. We're also going to decide and select word, phrase, or sentence level. Now that's going to be the 3 different levels that we can work on with the student, and that of course is going to be based upon their ability to correctly produce these sounds. So here we're going to have what has 4 wheels, and of course they'll take a look at the pictures below and identify the correct answer. Just flipping through, you'll see we have several different variety of tasks that they can use, whether they're cutting the pictures out and using those as flashcards, memory games, etc. You can even have bingo boards or play fun little games such as this one, making a cube for they can roll, identify the picture that comes up on top, use it in a single word, phrase, sentence, or whatever the level the student is. As we look at the back of the resource guide, these are some important forms that we will use when we're implementing the ARtIC Lab. First, you'll notice we have a consultation request and report form. This could be from the teacher, or it's a form that's just going to fill out, these are the concerns that I have for this particular student. We also have a parent-teacher speech sound inventory so that we can get a couple of different views on how well that student produces these sounds in their spontaneous speech. We also have a parent letter, and this is just going to identify that the student is recommended to participate in the program, and it's just informing the parent of what the activities will be. And then we have a parent permission slip that's actually where the parent will sign off permission for their child to be enrolled in the RTI program with using the ARtIC Lab. Going on through, you'll notice we have the attendance record. This is just to keep track and keep data for all the students' attendance and their therapy sessions. Moving on, you'll see we have the sound treatment profile, and we also have a progress monitoring form so that we can keep that current data in one handy place so we can note the differences and the success rate from session to session. As well, at the back, we have a homework signature form. This is where the parent is actually going to demonstrate their participation by signing off on their work with their child at home. And then, of course, we have a list of classroom interventions for students with stimulable sound errors so that they can have that extra cueing of things that they can do while in the classroom. At the back, we're going to have the data sheet with the rating scale, and this is going to let us identify what the students are working on, their progress with these sounds, and how they rate as far as being able to master the production of these sounds. Now, everything in the resource guide we have on a CD-ROM, so you're able to print out the worksheets for extra practice, or even the data sheets that you can use for each student. You can use the book, copy it on a copy machine, or once again use the CD that's included to print those straight from your computer. The authors also address 4 flex points where you can alter the program when you're implementing the ARtIC Lab. And these include scheduling students, exiting students, the age of the students, and of course students with IEPs. So as you can see, the ARtIC Lab extension for K and G is a great addition to the original ARtIC Lab. So to learn more about this product and our other ARtIC Lab or any other of our products, please visit our website, superduperinc.com, and even check out our Facebook page. We would love for you to share your thoughts and ideas on how you can use ARtIC Lab with your students.